I'm sure that if you're working with your partner, there are things that you absolutely adore and there are things that absolutely hate, and you would like to find a way to actually communicate it or find balance or find that kind of alignment. Iacopo and I have gone through that, both in a business that we had for 10 years and the new business that it is kind of just born. So let us tell you our secrets on what we love and what we hate about working with each other.
Yesterday, I've asked Alessia, why don't we record a video where we share how it is to work together? Because every time we talk with couples, they're all wondering
how we survive.
So that we had an idea. Why don't we make a video that we're not prepared for, where I ask you, what are the things that you hate about working with me in close proximity every single day in the same house? And also, to make it nicer, what are the things you love as well? And I'm going to do the same. But
okay.
I want you to start, because so that we
get
it over with it.
Yeah, throw me under the bus right away. I like that. Okay, so things it's not that I hate, but I don't like working in close proximity with you. As you know, we have two very different businesses. One, it's Lazy Dancer Tips, and we've been running that for about 10 years. And Profitable Talents, which is this one, and it's fairly, let's say, young in how it developed, because it was Iacopo's pet project in a way. I said, I want to do something for myself and I want to do something for people like us, so that we can help them out, not making the mistakes that we did in 10 years of business. And so when we started Lazy Dancer Tips, obviously let's say, we had two very defined roles, right? So I was on the creative side on anything that was in front of it, and he was always the one that in a way decided the strategies or was looking into something, how to make the business run and what we needed to look into, what we needed to study. He was finding this, the new ideas on how to make the business work. When we started with Profitable Talents, we were very much into deciding the same things, meaning, for instance, like if I wanted to run a Profitable Talents in a specific way, say, okay, if this is the offer that we are making, I want to make it to one-to-many. And he goes, but I don't like to work with one-to-many, but I want to do one-on-one because that's where I thrive, that's where I like. So, but I like to build communities, so why don't we actually build the communities? So let's say that the thing that I don't like working with you, because it's not a hate, is in the specific way, is like not having a specific role or having the same idea on how we want to run a specific business. So in this case, Profitable Talents. So let's say that we had very much to define the roles and also say Profitable Talents is, let's say, 95% yours, where you make all decisions, you decide where to go. I just jump in, like now, to share my own thoughts and how to move forward with the business. When we are with clients, we are both in there because I can actually take my side of it. And so let's say that working out a business where we are both very much involved, where even Lazy Dancer Tips, we were very much involved. I don't like, in this case, having to argue into what feels right for one person. We always saw as, I'm not saying that Lazy Dancer Tips was a one-man band, because it's never been, because I had your support, but you never stepped into my role, or you never stepped into what I wanted to do or how I wanted to create an offer, or what I wanted to do with my offer, how I wanted to language it, the way I felt, the way I wanted to create content. You never had any saying on that. But when we came into, hey, this is a new business that we can create together, and I went, but I want to do it this way, you want to do it the other way. It's just clashing, and that's what I don't like. Let's say that I hate, in a way, having to argue, and especially because the argue sometimes kind of melts into our daily life. And so it's hard, and it's interesting to see how to communicate both in the business side and how not to make it overflow, or if there is a disagreement in the business, how not to move it and let it run our daily life as well. So if I'm angry at you in business, it doesn't mean that I'm angry at you in our daily life. Let's put it that way. So
I think it's been a learning curve for me as well, because you don't know how to define roles if you take everything for granted. Like I took everything for granted, that what I think is the right decision, she would be on board with it, but we're two completely different individuals with different energies and dynamics. So we actually had to sit down and say, okay, but we need a direction that is one, and somebody needs to be in charge of that. Otherwise, we're going to be arguing all day, and it's not going to be productive for anyone. So, and we're still learning. It's not that we figured this out, but this is a crucial thing we learned. Everyone should have their own role and their own domain, where the other person is not allowed. Yeah, you can critique and discuss about things, but the final say should be of one person or another. So yeah, that's definitely something we had to learn.
okay, or it's something that you hate working with me.
The one thing that I'm not saying I hate, but it's an inconvenience to me, which is...
He's very polite.
It's an inconvenience to me, but I recognize and I understand that it's important to put in place. When I work, and the way I work is, I'm very much a lone wolf in the way that I tackle problems. Maybe because I'm a man, maybe because it's me, but when I see a problem, I just jump on it until it's done. And in the process of doing that, she doesn't really know what I'm doing. And if I don't communicate that, she gets angry. That is to me the inconvenience, because I'm sort of pretending that I'm expecting her to read my mind and leave me alone when we are really in partnership. So this forced me to verbalize more what I'm doing, put a structure into place, have a shared calendar where we all share what we're doing, our tasks. And if we plan to do something the next day, it has to happen. I cannot just come up and say, oh, actually, I'm actually fixing this problem now, and she would get upset. To me, it's an inconvenience, but also I guess it's a double whammy, because it's also a great thing for me, because it helps me put some structure that allows us to work together. And if in the future we want to expand to a team, potentially, it's already in place, at least as a general feeling. So I guess I have a love and a hate about this, but that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that I love working with you.
Yes!
Yes!
The good stuff. No more hate.
No more hate. No, like, I absolutely adore like days like this, when we say, okay, we feel that we're too much in our heads and maybe there is nothing coming out, or we are forcing, either content or something that we want to write, or I see you like all concentrated and like in the
fixing a problem.
Yeah, I know that you're fixing a problem, but you can, like, if I don't actually grab you and take you out, like, sometimes it sounds like I'm walking you like a dog, but it's not. But like, otherwise,
I feel like a dog sometimes, but I'm grateful for that. Otherwise, I would just stay in my cave.
Exactly. So imagine you like walking into the room, and he's in one position, right? So it's like, and then you go away for like a few hours, you go to the shops, so you do the shopping, you come back, you start cooking lunch and whatever, and you go back and he's still in that position. You go, damn it, like I really need to get him out. But like there are times where I see him that he might be overthinking, or I might be overthinking. So I love it when we can just say, you know what, we are our own bosses. Let's get out, let's go like in a park like this, let's find a nice quiet space and place, and let's think about what we can talk about. Because most of the time, if you're stuck, even in front of a laptop, overthinking, in front of a computer, like, what should I say? How should I say it? What should I create so people love me? It's like, that's never gonna happen. So what can we do instead to get out of our own mind and get things done? Because most of the time we'll realize that you get things done by just taking a moment, pausing, and then again, going for a walk or thinking out loud. So that's what I love working with you, because we can decide when not to work or when to work, to just let go and integrate it with what we're doing every day. So to me, that is beautiful. I don't know you, but especially with you, there's been many times where we said, okay, today we are not working. Like, today is the time where we just let our mind free, and we think about something else, or we go for a walk, or we go to the beach, or we go to the mountains and all that. And while you're walking, or while you're not thinking about it, that's exactly when all the best ideas come. So you just go, oh my God, I gotta put this into place, and we start working. You go, didn't we say we were not working? But I believe that we get inspired by not doing something. So we are allowing ourselves to get bored, right? So this is something that I love to do with you, that because especially when we're working together, sometimes we're both too much focused on it. But if we can both take our time off and both let go and be free to think and to create, that's when the best ideas come up.
I love that. Okay, so
me love, now you love me.
Okay. Something that I absolutely love working with you, it's something that I realized I love lately. I always loved it. I didn't know I loved it. As a man, and also as my previous career in visual effects, I was used to just be in my cave doing my things until it's done. No matter the condition, no matter the mental health, no matter the scarcity mindset, like I would persevere and go through pain until it's done, which sometimes is a helpful mindset because it gets you through pain and problems and gets you to the finish line. But when you are in a relationship with somebody like Alessia, she really cares about mental health and health in general and well-being. And that's when I love when you give me perspective on something that might not be working as in general, like the way we're working like this is not sustainable. For example, burning out on content or having big launches that end up having like 3 months of build up in terms of putting together with the team and deploying it, which is what we were used to at the beginning. And then I started learning from you that we should listen to our intuition more, because once you align your actions in business, everything kind of follows. So no matter the strategy. So for me, I was like, okay, we need to follow the strategy to the T until it's done, because that's how it's done. I don't know who said that it's how it's done. There are a million strategies and they all work. But you bring me back to the core. And every time, I think I'm doing this more and more and more, when something doesn't feel right to you, it's almost like you are my energy, positive energy radio. And you're like, you send me signals. And it's like, this is not working. And you usually go on a tangent, like go completely berserk. And that's when I realize, okay, I don't know what she's saying because she's yelling at me right now. But this is a trigger. This is an alarm that sends me into, okay, let me see what can be improved. Let me see how can we normalize a better way of working. And it makes me pause. It makes me think, am I doing the right thing? So you are my muse, my energetic compass in a way. And I feel like the workhorse that it's in front line, like plowing the way, because that's my nature. And you are almost like the energetic director. Like, I think we should go that way, discuss, and then we find a decision. And I love this dynamic because I feel like alone, I would just plow through, no matter if the wrong decision is what I'm pursuing. And I would just smash my head at maybe too late to find what's really not aligned. And I absolutely love this. This is not common. I think we're very lucky that we can have this type of dynamics, but I highly encourage you, if you are a couple working together, I'm sure, and we're going into a territory that I'm not sure many people understand, but I'm learning this stuff as I go. There is always a masculine pole and a feminine pole, and I feel like I'm the masculine pole, and Alessia, she's extremely feminine, It doesn't mean that she doesn't have the masculine, I don't have the feminine. It's more like what's the predominant. And I feel like my predominant masculine doesn't allow me to see a better way of living and pause and sort of let the universe tell me what to do, whether you are the opposite. You are all intuition and sometimes you need structure. That's why I'm here. So if you are in a partnership with somebody that's like that, leverage the opposite pole and see what can bring you, not just in business, but also in life, to better understand how to better live together. But in business is really helpful because for me, at least, I consider her my superpower because she teaches me where to work and how to work and what to focus on for a better life and even better results. Because if everything is aligned, it doesn't even feel like working. And that's what I want as well. I want to enjoy what I'm doing, not just die until I get to this kind of goal that I set for myself, and it's not really worth pursuing if you're not enjoying the ride. And if you are working as a couple, we want to know, what are you struggling with? What are the things that you hate about the other with your partner, and what drives you absolutely mental, and what are the things that you love? And let us know if you enjoy these conversations, because we were wondering whether we should do more of it just for the fun of it. And we also want to know on your side, what are your feelings about this topic?